No matter how close they are, one should never trust these three types of people. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful city in a certain country. In that city lived a thief who survived by committing small thefts. However, these small thefts were not enough to sustain him. One day, he thought to himself, "A crime is a crime, whether big or small. Whether I steal a little or a lot, I will still be a thief. If I get caught, the punishment will be the same. So why not commit a big robbery instead?" With this thought, he decided to rob the king's treasury. That night, he sneaked into the palace and somehow made his way to the treasure chamber. Upon reaching there, he saw that several guards were stationed around the treasure, keeping strict watch. Seeing such tight security, the thief realized that deceiving the guards would be extremely difficult. He thought, "The guards are on high alert. If I try to steal, I will be caught and killed." With this fear in mind, the thief decided to leave. However, as he was leaving, he thought, "It would be foolish to return empty-handed. I should take something from here. Going back empty-handed is not a good idea." Then an idea struck him. "I should go to the royal chamber where the king sleeps. At this hour, the king must have removed his clothes and gone to bed. If I steal his jewelry and wear them, I can move around freely and escape easily. The guards will think I am the king and will not stop me. This will make my escape much easier." With this plan, the thief entered the king's chamber and carefully moved the curtain aside to take a look inside. What he saw left him stunned. The king was sleeping peacefully on his bed, while the queen was sitting beside him without any clothes. Seeing that the queen was still awake, the thief panicked and quickly hid against the wall, waiting for her to fall asleep. After waiting for some time, he peeked inside again to check if the queen had fallen asleep, as he could only steal the king's clothes once she was asleep. However, to his dismay, she was still sitting in the same position. Seeing this, the thief decided to sit down on a nearby table to wait. As soon as he sat down, his elbow hit a glass of water, causing it to fall and shatter on the floor. Although the sound did not wake the king, the queen immediately grabbed a sword and rushed outside. Placing the sword against the thief's neck, she demanded, "Who are you, and why have you come here? Speak the truth, or I will behead you this instant." The thief, terrified and drenched in sweat, folded his hands and pleaded, "Your Majesty, please spare my life. I am just a poor thief who came here with the intention of stealing. I survive by committing petty thefts to feed my family. If you kill me, my children will be orphaned. I swear I will never return to the royal palace again. Please have mercy on my little children." Hearing this, the queen felt some pity for him and said, "I can let you go, but on one condition." The thief asked, "What is the condition?" She replied, "Spend the night with me, be intimate with me, and I will let you go. Otherwise, I will behead you in one swift stroke." The queen's shocking demand made the thief even more terrified. He stammered, "Your Majesty, what are you saying? I am just a petty thief, and you are the queen of such a great king. I am not worthy of this. Even thinking about it is a great sin for me." The queen, unfazed, replied, "I do not want to hear anything. If you value your life, do as I say. Otherwise, prepare to die." Hearing this, the thief's heart pounded with fear. He thought, "I am trapped in a terrible situation. If I refuse, I will be killed. But if I agree, I will still be doomed." Lost in deep thought, the thief found himself facing an impossible dilemma. Eventually, the thief agreed to spend the night with the queen and said, "Your Majesty, give me 5 minutes." The queen replied, "No problem, you have 5 minutes." The thief slowly moved toward the door and then suddenly ran. As he reached the door, the guard stationed there caught him and asked, "Who are you? And what are you doing here?" Terrified, the thief confessed everything. "I am a thief. I came to the palace to steal, but the queen caught me. She agreed to let me go on one condition, that I spend a night with her. That's why I ran away." The thief then pleaded, "Please let me go." The guard replied, "I cannot let you leave. You must do as the queen has commanded." Then he added, "Or, if you wish to escape this situation, you must go and kill the king with your own hands." Hearing this, the thief was even more horrified. He thought, "Earlier, I had a chance to escape, but now there is no way out. If I go back and tell the queen about this, she will surely kill me." Now, the thief saw death looming from all sides. With no other choice, he returned to the queen and said, "Your Majesty, I will spend the night with you. But if the king wakes up in the middle of the night, neither you nor I will survive. He will kill us both. So, there is only one solution. You must kill the king with your own hands. If you do this, I will accept your condition. Otherwise, I would rather die at your hands." The queen thought for a moment and then said, "No problem. I will kill the king right now." She took the sword in both hands and beheaded the sleeping king. The moment she did this, she fainted and collapsed. The thief took this opportunity to flee. The next morning, the entire palace was in an uproar. Someone had murdered the king. However, there was no clue as to who had committed the crime. The queen was crying loudly, but apart from one guard, no one knew whether the king had been killed by the thief or the queen herself. The queen then said, "I wish to die with the king." The guard responded, "Your Majesty, if that is your wish, then just answer one thing. Did you kill the king, or did the thief?" Hearing this, the queen was shocked. "That means the guard knows the truth," she thought. She quickly composed herself and replied, "Listen, neither I nor the thief killed the king. If you truly want to know who did it, go outside the city into the jungle. There, you will find an old woman living in a hut. She will tell you the secret behind the king's death." Eager to uncover the truth, the guard followed the queen's instructions and arrived at the hut where the old woman lived. Falling at her feet, he pleaded, "I have come to learn a great secret. Please tell me, who killed the king?" The old woman replied, "If you wish to know the truth, you must do something for me. Outside my hut, a goat is tied up. Cut off its head with your sword. As soon as you do, its head will fall to the ground, but its skull will rise into the air. Hold on to its ears and follow wherever it takes you. There, you will find the answer to your question." The guard did exactly as she instructed. The moment he beheaded the goat, its head started floating upward. He grabbed its ears, and the head carried him away. It took him to a terrifying place. As soon as the guard landed, he looked around and thought, "There is no one here. Who will tell me about the king's death?" Unbeknownst to him, this place belonged to a powerful jinn. The jinn and his daughter lived there. The jinn thought, "Let me go out and bring something to eat." Shortly after, his daughter stepped out of the cave and saw a strong, muscular man standing there. The young man stood there, and the jinn's daughter thought, "If I eat him, it will satisfy my hunger for one meal, but if I keep him alive, he will be of great use to me." She transformed into a beautiful woman and appeared before him. The guard had never seen such a stunning woman in his life, and he instantly fell for her. The woman had also come to accept him, so she led him into her cave and spent joyful moments with him. When it was time for her father to return, she turned the guard into a fly and stuck him to the wall. The jinn arrived and said, "I smell a human. I believe someone has entered our cave." His daughter made an excuse and said, "Who would dare enter while we are here?" In this way, she deceived her father. Every night, she would turn the guard back into a man and enjoy time with him, and during the day, she would turn him back into a fly and stick him to the wall. Days passed like this, and eventually, the guard started missing his wife and children. He tried to escape multiple times but couldn't find a way out. One night, he finally got an opportunity and fled. He returned to his home and resumed his normal life. However, after some time, he started thinking about the jinn's daughter. Her beauty haunted him day and night, and he could not sleep. He constantly wondered how he could meet her again. Eventually, he decided to go back. "Last time, the old woman helped me get there. I escaped, but now I don't even remember the way. I must find her again." He returned to the same place and pleaded with the old woman, "Send me back to the place where you sent me before." He had completely forgotten about uncovering the king's secret. Now he was obsessed with the woman. The old woman replied, "Earlier I had a goat, and you held onto its ears to reach there. But now I don't have it anymore. How can I send you back?" The guard insisted, "I don't care how, just get me there." The old woman then said, "There is one way. Bring your son to me." The guard replied, "That's not a problem at all. I'll bring him right away." He immediately went home and brought his son to the old woman. She then said, "Just as you cut off the goat's head, now you must do the same with your son. His head will rise into the air, and you must grab it. It will take you where you wish to go." The guard was completely blinded by his obsession with the woman. He was ready to behead his own son. As soon as he raised his sword to strike, the old woman grabbed his hand and said, "Stop. This is the answer to your question. No matter how close someone is to you, there are 3 types of people you should never trust. 1. The king was not killed by the thief, nor by the queen. He was killed by lust. Just like you were ready to kill your own son for love. 2. For greed, anyone can betray or even kill another person. 3. A man who falls for a woman's beauty often ends up regretting it for life." I hope you found this story meaningful. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my channel.